Hello everybody, welcome to day 1 of the 7 days to kickstart your yoga practice email challenge. So this is day 1, like I said, today we are going to focus on sun salutations. So sun salutations are one of the most basic building blocks to most, let's say flow style yoga practices. So if you go to any sort of vinyasa class, power yoga, likely you will have some sun salutations in there. Ashtanga. These are traditionally meant to be facing the sun. So if you do have that opportunity to face the sun as it's rising, maybe waking up in the morning and doing these sun salutations, I tend to think that sometimes all you need to do is show up to your mat and do some sun salutations, and that gets the energy moving through your body. So something else that I want to start talking about on this day 1 is the idea of prana. So prana is our body's life force. It's our energy, okay? So when it comes to our yoga practice, what we're trying to do is move that energy throughout the body, right? Connect to that energy and utilize it in an effective way. So I just want you to keep that in mind too. These sun salutations are just a couple of moves repeated basically, and it's just about getting your breath moving, connecting your breath to your body, and then just maybe having that rhythm, and also thinking about maybe taking up space. So in the sun salutation there's a lot of kind of up and down, and I want you to kind of just think about that in terms of not just your body moving up and down, but that energy moving up and down and in and out with your breath, okay? So with that being said, you don't need anything unless you want to have some props nearby, but just come to your yoga mat, find a comfortable seat, and we'll get started. So starting in that comfortable seat, close your eyes, roll the shoulders back, maybe 2 or 3 times, loosen it up. And then come to stillness here on your mat, just letting your hands rest down on the tops of the legs. Start to feel your tailbone rooted into the earth. Now we always want to start our practice just by checking in. So in these first few moments, just allowing yourself to become a little more present in your body and mind. What does that mean? That means seeing what is the current state of your body and mind. How does your body feel right now? Are you feeling pretty energized, ready to move around? Or are you feeling a little more sluggish, tired? And just practice trying to notice that without creating any stories about it, without attaching to it. If you're tired, you just say to yourself, oh, okay, I'm tired. If you're energetic, oh, okay, I'm energetic. Either way, just breathing and noticing. Maybe bring that awareness to the state of your mind now. What do your thoughts look like? What sort of things are coming up for you right now? And same thing, try not to judge or criticize or attach. That's just what the mind's doing right now, and that's okay. That is the present, and we're here for it. And finally, we'll begin to transfer our focus to our breath. Start to breathe slowly in and out of the nose, and just become aware of the breath, moving in and out of that body. Becoming aware that there's not just a movement of oxygen here with your breath, but a movement of energy, a movement of prana. Let's start to add just the slightest bit of control to the breath. We'll take a nice big breath in, breathing out through the nose. Breathing in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take 4 more breaths, just like that, counting in your head. And take one last breath in together. This time, open your mouth, exhale it, let it go. All right, gently open up the eyes, roll the shoulders back and down. All right, so that's gonna be our most basic breath practice that we're gonna start with here in our yoga classes. So just a nice in and out through the nose, and we're gonna try and keep that going throughout the duration of the class, throughout all of the movement that we're doing. All right, so we're gonna start to break down the sun salutation. So before we come all the way up to standing, we're gonna just roll over onto the hands and knees, warming up the body just a tiny bit more. So hands and knees here, we'll just find a little movement in the spine. On your inhale, drop the belly down, arch the back, kind of look up, lift the tailbone, and then exhale, push and round the spine, hugging the chin towards your chest. This is cat-cow. Inhale, belly drops down again. Lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, press and round. Let's take one more of those. Inhale, belly drops down, look up. Exhale, round. From here, we'll take the knees a little bit wider on the mat, sinking the hips back towards the heels for child's pose. So this is most commonly a resting pose. So we're gonna walk the hands out in front and then just release the forehead down for 2 breaths. All right, slowly lifting back up. That child's pose is always gonna be a great option to come back to if you ever need to, like you feel like you just need a second to catch your breath or to just relax a little. All right, moving into downward facing dog now. So knees are approximately hips distance, wrists approximately shoulder distance. Tuck your toes under, and then we're gonna lift the knees, sending the hips up and back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So from here, once we get into our down dog, we're just gonna kind of pedal out the knees a little bit, pressing the heels towards the floor, shifting the weight side to side, and just kind of waking up the legs, remembering, starting to get that prana moving throughout the body. Relax the head between the arms and just gaze back, like you're looking between your legs behind you. All right, coming back to center here, pressing through all 10 fingers. We're gonna inhale, start our sun salutations. So looking forward to the front of the mat, just gonna walk your feet one step at a time until you get to the very top, meeting your hands, all right? From here, we lift the chest a little. Hands come to the fronts of the shins, and we create a flat back. So shoulders are in line with the hips, and your gaze is just slightly down and in front of you, trying to keep the neck neutral. Let's take a nice big breath in here. And then exhale, relax all the way down, forward fold. All right, if you're experiencing tightness in the back part of the body here, just bend the knees a little bit or even a lot. Give the head a little shake, yes, no. Really release it down so you're just hanging here, okay? Starting to feel the soles of your feet pushing into the earth. We're gonna start to rise up to stand. So rolling up one vertebrae at a time, all the way up. We'll sweep the arms up overhead. And then we exhale, hands come to heart center in the prayer position, all right? So this is kind of our starting position for the sun salutation. So let's move through our first round. We're gonna go through each round. I'll give you slightly more advanced options each time if you wanna try those. Know that none of them are better than the other. It's just what you're feeling that day, what your body is enjoying the most that day. Because remember, we want our movement to feel good, joyful, okay? And we're just trying to get the energy moving, okay? So inhale, we reach the arms all the way back up to the sky. You can even look up if that feels okay on your neck. On your exhale, we swan dive down. So palms facing out and down, come all the way back to your forward fold. On your inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, so hands to the fronts of the shins. Exhale again, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, we're gonna step back to high plank, and this is where we're gonna get some options, okay? Now, our first kind of most basic building block for this is gonna be a modified plank. So a full plank is a little much for you. Drop the knees down, untuck the toes, and just kind of keep that weight shifted forward. So you're more like a diagonal. So not like tabletop, but you're still in that kind of diagonal position, okay? Take a nice big breath in. On your exhale, we're gonna modify Chaturanga Dandasana. So bend your elbows straight back, lower the torso in one piece until your belly hits the floor. All right, tops of the feet are pressing down into the mat. Hug your elbows in, inhale, baby cobra. So you're just lifting the chest. You're not really putting too much weight in your hands here. They're more here for support. Instead, use your core to lift up, your back muscles to lift up. Inhale here. Exhale, let's roll the chest back down. Inhale, we're gonna come up to tabletop this time, so hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. All right, great job. Let's take 3 breaths. Last breath. All right, next inhale, we're looking forward again. Bend the knees a little, just walk your feet till you meet the top. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we rise up to stand all the way up. Exhale, seal that energy in at the center of the heart. Feel that energy moving all the way from the soles of the feet up, out through the crown of the head as you inhale, reach back up. All right, I'm gonna give you some more advanced options this time. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the head and neck. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, this time we'll step back and hold a full plank pose. So knees are up this time. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana with the knees up. So lower elbows in. And this time drop the belly all the way down when you get to the bottom. Untuck the toes, tops the feet to the floor. And then full cobra pose. So you're gonna keep the hips, kind of the thighs on the ground, elbows still in, shoulders back, and we're just coming up a little bit higher. So slightly bigger back bend. So take a nice big inhale here. And then exhale, we're gonna lift the hips, tuck the toes, down dog. Awesome job, how'd it feel? All right, 3 breaths. In your downward facing dog, feel your shoulders working. Maybe imagine that the shoulder blades themselves are kind of rolling to the outer parts of your back. All right, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk to meet your hands. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, relax and fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up to stand. Sweep the arms up like you're gathering up that energy, that prana. Exhale, seal it in at the center of your heart. All right, let's go into round 3. Here we go. Inhale, reach up, look up if you can. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Now, if you want to, if you're a little more flexible, hands can stay on the floor for your halfway lift instead of coming up to the shins. So just see what feels good. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's step it back. High plank or modified plank. Stick with what you like. Exhale, this time Chaturanga Dandasana. Pause at the bottom of your Chaturanga, elbows in. Untuck your toes without dropping the chest. And then lift up, upward facing dog. So you'll notice here my thighs are off the mat, my hips are off the mat. I'm pushing the tops of the feet into the floor and lifting the chest. All right, upward facing dog, big breath in. This time exhale, we tuck the toes, send the hips straight up and back, down dog. All right. That's the most physically challenging one. If you didn't love it, that's okay. Do one of the previous versions. Let's take 3 breaths. Use your breath as an anchor back to the moment. Check in with yourself. Was that challenging? Was it not so challenging? Either way, practice non-attachment. Instead, practice acceptance of the moment. All right, we're gonna move through 2 more rounds. So before we get going, I want you to know this is really important that you do the variations that feel good for you. I know I said it already, but I'm gonna say it a million more times in this video, in this course. Do what feels best for you. What feels best for you isn't gonna feel best for every other person and vice versa, okay? So having those options, I want you to feel empowered to take those variations of all those poses that feel right for you. There's no better, there's just acceptance and presence, right? All right, most importantly, continue to breathe. So how do we utilize that prana if we're not using the breath to move it around so we can effectively send it through our body and make all those big movements? The purpose of sun salutations is to start to bring that breath to body coordination. So you'll notice I was saying, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. So keep that in mind, using those breaths to move that energy outward, or move that energy downward, or move that energy upward, okay? Whatever it is. All right, when you're ready, meet me back in down dog. We got 2 more rounds, and we're just gonna go straight through with me cueing, okay? So let's take 2 breaths in downward facing dog. Take a moment to just feel your own power, feel your prana, your energy. When you're ready, inhale, look forward, walk to meet your hands, halfway lift. That's all one inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, move that energy upward. Exhale, seal it at the center of your heart. Feel your power, feel that buzz of that energy. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, high plank or modified plank. Exhale, modified chaturanga or full chaturanga. Inhale, you find your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths, great job. Breath is your anchor. Check in with the body, check in with the mind. Practice acceptance. Here we go, we got 1 more. Inhale, gaze forward, bend the knees, walk. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, start to rise up. Think about that expansion. Expand that prana, that energy. Exhale, seal it in at heart center. Inhale, reach up. Expand. Exhale, surrender, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back, high plank or modified. Exhale, your chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale to lift the chest, your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. Awesome job, you guys. 3 breaths. You did so great. Practicing acceptance, maybe even say to yourself, I accept the way my practice looks. I accept the way my body looks. I accept the way I feel. Amazing. Let's inhale, slowly drop back down to the knees. We'll take a quick child's pose again. So balasana, knees wide, 3 breaths here. Just settle. Connect to that prana, that buzz, that energy within you. Feel how it's moving around, circulating. All right, nice and slow. We're gonna rise back up. Here we are in tabletop. And then we're just gonna cross the ankles, roll back to come to your seat, or whatever way gets you back to your seat, totally fine. Extend your legs out in front of you. They can be hips distance or all the way together, whatever feels good. And we're just gonna bring the hands just outside the thighs. Inhale to lift up through the chest, through the crown of the head. Exhale, gaze forward, and I want you to imagine a string is attached to your sternum and somebody's pulling your sternum forward. And as you move forward, you walk the fingertips forward, forward. And whenever you reach your body's edge, it's gonna be different for everyone. Settle there, relax the head, neck, and shoulders. 3 breaths. All right, inhale, let's lift the head, walk the hands back. All right, coming into seated tree pose or Janu Sirsasana. We're gonna take the right knee, bend the knee, bring the foot to the floor and drop it out to the side. Right sole of the foot is in the left inner thigh. Same thing, hands come just outside the leg. Use your hands for a moment to just kind of turn your torso towards the left knee, big breath in. Exhale, sternum pulled forward, fold towards your left leg. When you reach that edge, relax into it. Remember, never to force, never to fight the body. After 3 breaths, let's inhale, walk it back up. Bringing that right foot to the floor again. We're gonna cross the right foot over the left leg for a twist. Take your right hand just behind the tailbone, roll the shoulders back. Just a little bit of flex in the left toes. Inhale, left arm reaches to the sky, grow taller, move that energy upward. Exhale, twist to your right. Option 1, hug the front of the shin and twist. Option 2, hook the elbow outside of the thigh and twist from here. 3 breaths. Stay long and tall in the spine. Again, utilizing that prana, that energy, inhaling to lift up, exhaling to twist a little bit deeper. All right, next inhale, release back to center, straighten the right leg, other side. Left knee's gonna bend, drop it out to the side, seated tree, hands around the right leg, turn the torso a bit, aim your sternum to the knee, big breath in, lift, big breath out, walk it forward, find your edge, surrender into it. 3 breaths. Can you find that nice, deep, even pace of breath? All right, remember we're not forcing. Inhale, walk it back up. Exhale, foot to the floor, cross it over the leg. Inhale, sit up tall, left hand behind you, right arm reaches. Exhale, find your twist to the left. Either hug the shin or hook the elbow. 3 breaths. Use the breath to move that prana. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist deep. Never forcing, never fighting. All right, awesome job, you guys. Inhale, let's come back to center. Uncross the leg, give them a little shake. All right, we're gonna take the feet to the floor, move the hips a little bit forward, and then we're just gonna, nice and slow, roll the back all the way down onto the ground. All right, from here, happy baby. So we're gonna lift the feet up, bend the knees towards your armpits. First option, just hug behind the knees. If you can reach, grab the pinky edges of your feet and hug the knees towards the armpits. All right, once you have hold here, maybe just give it a little rock back and forth. Nice and easy. Find those nice deep breaths. Finding acceptance for yourself here. Acceptance of the present moment, the present body, the present mind. That's what yoga is about. Not about changing who we are, but instead living totally right now in this moment and being okay with each moment as it passes, regardless of what it looks like. Coming back to center, we'll inhale, release. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. As you exhale, release the arms and the legs down, down to the mat. Feet fall out to the side. Close your eyes. Taking the next few moments to just stay still, to let go, release. The things that are no longer serving you, exhale them out. Everything is energy, and that breath is such a great tool for moving the energy in the way we need to. So what is the negative stuff that you're ready to get rid of? What can you send away from you with the breath? Every exhale, allow the body to become a little more relaxed. Allow the mind to become a little more at ease. Take 2 more breaths here in your Shavasana, your corpse pose. All right, when you're ready, just start to wiggle those fingers and toes. Take a nice big breath in. This time, open your mouth, let it go. All right, on an inhale, extend the arms up overhead. Find a nice big full body stretch. And then exhale to bend the knees. Oh, excuse me. Rolling over onto your side for just a moment. And then gently pressing yourself up with the eyes still closed, coming to a comfortable seat. Roll the shoulders back once more, relax the muscles of the face, and we seal our practice by bringing our hands together in prayer in front of the heart center as a gesture of love, of compassion, and of gratitude for who we are right now in this moment, for what our body is right now in this moment, for what our mind is right now in this moment, and for what our practice is right now in this moment. Release judgment. Absorb love. Next inhale, tap the center of your brow bone with your thumbs. And exhale, fold gently forward. Namaste. Awesome work today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're unfamiliar, namaste is how we will always end our yoga classes together. It's just a word that essentially expresses gratitude to each other, to anyone else you might be sharing the room with, for just sharing that energy, that time, and that space together, and that practice together. So thank you guys sincerely for coming to day 1 of the email challenge. Next 7 days, you'll see goodies in your inbox, free yoga classes. Don't forget to check out the guided meditations and journal a little. Just taking care of yourself. I hope you guys had a great time. Thank you so much. Namaste.